What is shaking out there, everybody? JT here in the studio 10-4 live, back with you, broadcasting from the Pacific Northwest in the United States of America, tariff free, I might add, tariff free. So I hope you guys are doing well out there and things are happening your way. I'm feeling pretty good. It's spring, man. Spring has sprung. Uh, yeah, it's baseball season. Giants are on a roll. For me, that's good news. Maybe not if you're a Dodger fan, but that's okay. Dodgers are doing pretty good too. So, but it's looking good, man. It's looking good. So I'm excited about spring. I'm excited about what's coming our way here shortly in the next few weeks and in the next few minutes. We got special guests lined up today. Mr. Evan Steger, Time2Shine, going to make us all look good, and of course Dan the Man, 10-4 magazine creator, co-founder, editor. He's our fearless leader. He kind of leads us through stuff. So we got to kind of follow along. Whatever he says, cracks the whip too, man. It's ugly sometimes, but yeah, we got lashes going on. We got lashes going on. Burrito Dougie, T-Dub, Dub in the house, up. And whoever else is coming along for the ride here, nice to have you as part of the show. As you guys know, we were in Louisville, and man, I said we parked Louisville. It's behind us. It's in the rear view, but I can't tell you how freaking lucky we were to get out of Louisville when we did, because I don't know if everybody's following what's going on, man, but the weather back there, we got out just in time. They got hammered. I mean, there's flooding, underwater stuff going on in Louisville and the surrounding area in that region. They're getting pounded. So I hope they get a chance to, and I think they're drying out a little bit now, but it's pretty bad, man. Buffalo Trace Distillery shut down underwater. They're waiting until the water recedes so they can go in and save the bourbon. And I mean, we're not talking like, I'm not going to name any other brands that might be considered a less than brand, but we're talking, Pappy Van Winkle and George Stagg and all these super high end labels of bourbon. If you didn't know, Buffalo Trace is the distiller for all these guys. Not to mention just their regular, 1 liter bottle at Costco of Buffalo Trace bourbon for $26. I mean, you want to go, into the big bucks. You can spend as much as you want, whatever you find out there. Pappy Van Winkle, I mean, come on, that stuff is like thousands, some of it, thousands. So anyway, Miss Shannon in the house. Jeff, what's going on, buddy? Good to have you back. Always good to have Jeff. I like the fact that Jeff is our resident Leo, retired, but Leo. So nice to have you, Jeff. Elton, good to have you on the show, and everybody else again who's tuning in. Pleasure to have you guys back. Hey, there's a video I posted yesterday. It's on our Facebook page. I think I put it on our YouTube channel too, but definitely on our Facebook. And I shared it on our TikTok. Guys, go check it out, man. There's 3 trucks on that video. It's from Matt's. There's 3 trucks that are on there that are just freaking awesome. And they're old school, Transtar International, GMC General, and Dan's favorite, the FLD Freightliner. And these trucks they're all 3 kind of right in the same spot out at the show lot. You guys got to go check this video out. It's worth the drive. What's up, Jed? Man, Jed, it's like, did Matt's even happen? There was no Jed, right? Dan, am I right? There was no Jed? Exactly. So I don't know, kind of strange having that happen, but oh man. Just a lot of crazy stuff going on, and JT, the other JT, has joined us. A lot of crazy stuff going on. I still am floored by some of the things I see us humans doing, whether to ourselves or each other. I'm gonna preach this until I can't, and that's let's just go back to being Americans, okay? Please, can we do that? Everybody, we are Americans, and then whatever else, and then we can agree to disagree. So let's just be Americans. That's it. That's all I got for you today on that. Leon, what's going on, man? Good to see you, buddy. Leon, a newer part of the 10-4 family. Well, I'm going to bring Mr. Evan Steger into the show and Mr. Dan Linss at the same time because I can't just one in without the other, and I got to get the banner out of Evan's head there. And how are we doing, gentlemen? How are we?
Good, good.
Just sitting outside, enjoying this beautiful springtime day in California.
Yeah. Best part of California, only good, but anyway, the weather.
I'll take what I can get.
You got it.
Did you have 73 degrees today and not a cloud in the sky? I don't know.
Okay. Back up, pump the brakes. 69 degrees today was the high here in our little slice of heaven in the Pacific Northwest. So not too bad.
And blustery with rain. That's our spring.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Well. And just to clarify, John, that would be I have nothing against Freightliner FLDs, but give me an FLC. That's what we're talking about.
Ooh. Oh, you're after the FLC. Okay. All right.
Well, that was what was in your video too.
Was it an FLC?
Yeah, the FLD is the Aero one.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rico's.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, so FLC. Okay.
I ain't mad at you. I'm just saying.
Shows my lack of Freightliner ignorance. I'm sorry. That's
clear
why
it
you're
all up. Clear it all
not.
up and just go cab over.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
There you go. Conventional cab over. I'll stick with that. I know those. Okay. Now, if it was a Peterbilt, different story. I could probably give it to you, but yeah. Anyway, still, you know what though? I dig those old FLCs. I like those old Freightliners like that. Those were kind of a boxy old, conventional that I don't know. It had its place, did its thing, and I think it had a good look. They changed over the years and went a different direction along with everybody else, but I think they were kind of ahead of everybody else too in that respect. So, rock on. Check out the video, guys. Please go take a look at it. It's worth a look. Especially the Black Widow truck. That's in there too. That's the GMC General that we shot. And that truck's insane, man. Evan, you know that truck, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a cool truck. So I'm going to bring something up over here because it'll help me with kind of handing this off to you guys. But I don't know. This is kind of like, egg before the chicken before the egg. Where do I go? Who's going to start this off? Which one of you guys wants to go first on this deal? Because we're going to introduce Star Stripes and White Lines, and Truckin For Kids are going to have a baby, and it's coming up soon. So let's. How are we going to do this? Who wants to go first?
Well, it's a Truckin For Kids show. I think Dan should go first.
Dan, go for it. Dan, tell us what's up.
So obviously, we're chin deep in Truckin For Kids planning since getting back from Matt's. Have played a lot of catch up, but got a lot of stuff done in the last couple of weeks. And now that the oxygen has been returned to trucking after Matt sucked it all out for about a month, we're seeing just tons of productivity and moving forward to getting stuff done. I've been working on the program, which we do every year for the show. Been working on that today, and next couple of days I got to finish it. Just securing vendors, securing raffle and auction items, trophy sponsors, which we sold out of. So that's awesome. Things have just been really good and really positive. Got a little bit of a slow start, but they're really rocking now. So it's pretty exciting. So, and I just keep hearing more people coming from Wildwood and coming across the country. And a good rumor has it that the build-off winner, Luke Rethwich, is bringing his 359 out and going to do the whole setup out at TFK, which will be pretty killer stuff. I mean, that's
amazing. I mean, that to me is just amazing.
A couple other trucks are coming that were at Matt's that are going to Wildwood that are coming out together. Really nice cattle truck.
Caleb Hammett.
I haven't heard about Caleb.
He's bringing both trucks, man.
Okay, there you go. I mean, I can't keep him truck with everything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna convey the rumors that I heard, which came from the source. So I don't know how much rumor there are, but things happen. I understand that, but no, we're talking both trucks. So yeah.
Well, so with that said, I mean, you know, obviously having our new location, lots of new hoops to jump through, lots of unknowns to like. We were kind of really hoping on having an easy year. Just do what we did last year. I thought we could get one more year out. Yeah, here's Luke. There we go. All right. Was
Right
really
there,
excited
baby.
about having something, you know, a simple year. I hate to say that, but you know, having truck shows is a lot of work and it's complicated. And you just one year, you just like, hey man, can we just have a simple year? Do what we did last year, you know, all the problems are, you know, fixed. And then of course, Irwindale closed and we had to change our location. So here we are again, back in the pot, you know, doing new things, and that's okay. Just you know, there's just new things to figure out, new challenges to deal with. You know, we still have to see how the vibe of the venue goes. You know, you really don't know until you have an event. So there's a lot of stuff that, you know, we're working through. But one of the things, obviously, in addition to all of that stuff, is Evan coming out personally, which is awesome. He has not been. Have you been out to Truckin For Kids?
I have not been since 2019. I think we decided he was either 18 or 19 was the last year I made it out.
All right.
I think it was 18 we figured. And one interjection on our new beginnings and starting over again, Dan. I like to look at it this way. I wish we would have thought about this and put it on the shirt, man. Back to Famoso for the first time again.
Well, we do have a theme. I just actually wrote the letter for the program.
Okay.
I always write a little, you know, what's going on, what happened last year, what to expect this year. And this one, I will just tell you, the title is Back to the Future. So there you go.
All right.
Cool.
All right. All right. Well,
but anyway,
it is.
So back to Evan. You know, Evan has been part of building this national championship kind of, you know, series, and in its second year. And this year, there are qualifiers. What, 5 qualifiers all across the country?
It was, well, it's technically 6. There was a 7th, but we couldn't technically claim it. We were all just there last week, but we did hand out some invites there. But there's 6 actual shows outside of Louisville that you can get qualified at.
Right.
So there's only 5 in the book.
Tell us about how that works, and you know, and just know that he's going to be out here in California at Truckin For Kids, looking for those special trucks to invite to go back to his that show in Atlanta later in the year. So it's kind of a big deal. So if you guys are thinking you might want to get your stuff on point and come out, you got a chance.
So I want to,
and now you know who to bribe. Right here.
Listen, there's no bribing needed. I'm even with everybody. There's one thing I want to stress is that not only is it the national championship, but it's also a wash and park show. There is a huge part of the wash and park. That was one big confusion we had last year, was a lot of people thought it was invite only. The national championship part is invite only. We're only inviting the top trucks in the country that want to come out and compete and fully clean, fully do everything that you would do at some of the other top truck shows in the country. Is clean, have a custom truck, cool truck, come out and have a good time. We don't want whining and crying. Last year went so well. Honestly,
there's no whining and trucking. What are you talking about?
Listen, I'll tell you, Atlanta was pretty impressive last year. So I rewrote the judging form. We completely changed the judging system. We also wrote out a fresh set of rules and regulations so that everybody could be as transparent as possible. And with all that, it was very open and honest last year. When you left Atlanta, you had a manila envelope with your score sheets, pictures from the judges on what they saw that you could have worked on or done better on, and what dirt they found, that kind of stuff. And you knew exactly what you had before you left. Everything was in a manila envelope. If you didn't want to share it with anybody, nobody else was getting your score sheets. You got the sheets direct from the judges before you left. And I didn't hear any complaining. Everybody, if anybody was mad, nobody brought it to my attention. And everybody has personally asked me if they could come back again this year. So I was pretty excited that we full judged. We had 5 judges judging each class, and it went smooth. But this year, thanks to Bennett family of companies, they decided to grow this thing and expand it into reaching out to helping out other shows by making them qualifiers, right? Let's just use your show, for example, Truckin For Kids. A bunch of people we talked to at Louisville that didn't catch invites were like, what's the next show we can get to? Truckin For Kids is the next show on our list. Guys were like, okay, it's the week after Wildwood. We're going to literally leave Wildwood to drive straight to Truckin For Kids so that we can get there to hopefully catch that invite. Now, to me, that means your charity is going to gain some more cool trucks from across the country that may not have come that far. And we've done that with other small shows across the country. But we actually, thanks to Polly, she put together an actual passport. It looks like a real passport for us.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
When you open it up, there's a spot to get stamped, just like your passports. So we have a Bennett stamp that'll go on one side and the Time2Shine stamp that'll go on the other side. And the people that receive these will get, this will be their golden ticket to get into Atlanta. There's also an information section over here so they can put a picture of their truck, that kind of stuff. But now the next location, as you can see, is Truckin For Kids. So this one right here will be Bennett and Time2Shine for whoever gets them. And we're looking to hand out between 4 and 8 invites from your personal show. So I'm hoping that we can find some California trucks, because as I've complained before, California trucks don't need to leave California. You guys can make enough money in the state being CARB compliant and never have to leave. I think, me personally, I think there are a lot of cool trucks in California that don't get the recognition, that don't get to see the light of day, that I think would be awesome to have them out at Atlanta. And even better is when you come out, the invited trucks, every single one of you will get out on the raceway and run your truck at full speed, whatever speed you're comfortable with. And you'll get photos on the track by an actual photographer. Sadly, it falls on the same weekend as your rodeo, so I won't be able to get to have you guys out, which makes me super sad. But next year, before this show, I'm going to call you to coordinate when your show is so we can make them different weekends, because I thought we moved it back far enough to get away and we didn't.
Yeah. Well, we both moved it back, but no one wants to be on Halloween weekend.
That was our problem too. But then our next show after you guys is Tony Justice's Large Cars and Guitars. After that is Rigs on Route 66. We're actually shutting down a chunk of Miami, Oklahoma. It is the largest chunk of Route 66 that's on a main street that can actually be closed to park and have events on. So they're letting us shut down a chunk of Route 66 to park trucks on. The next one after that is the Kaiser Show, Southwest Virginia Big Rig Showdown. We are also going to be in Canada at the Woodstock Show. That one was our wild card this year. You guys and them are the 2 wild card locations this year. So we're hoping to invite 2 to 4 Canadian trucks down to the show again this year, because we had some last year. Semi-Casual, our good friends over at Semi-Casual. And then the last chance to get in is going to be Troy Massey's show, Old Town Rig Down. And then whoever wins at Atlanta in each respective class, so we have limited combo, limited bobtail, working combo, working bobtail. Whoever wins in that prospective class gets the opportunity to either take their stamp for next year and come in to defend their honor next year, or they can come in as a celebrity guest judge the next year.
Awesome.
West Coast, man, the West Coast is, as a whole, always gets kind of left out of things. It's, and I'm going back to what you said, that there's so many West Coast trucks that don't leave the state or get recognition. Now, I think we had a couple of significant movements in bettering that situation last year and this year at Matt's. Mm-hmm. And I hope that it gets better. But the West Coast we're 3 hours behind the East Coast. Everybody's, the story. I mean, whether it's sports or anything else, West Coast seems to always end up kind of getting the short end of the stick. So it's up to us, West Coasters.
I don't know. I think West Coast does better with sports. I mean, our Monday Night Football starts at 6. These chumps gotta wait till 9.
Yeah.
We're up till midnight. We're sleeping.
I didn't realize you guys had football teams over there.
Exactly.
I don't even watch football anymore. Never mind. That was a bad example, but this is an example.
Is there still
No.
a team in Dallas? Do they still have Cowboys?
I don't
or-
even know.
They're not West Coast. They're Central Time Zone. They don't count.
Yeah, but that's this guy down here, right there. Well, all I'm saying is it's an opportunity, West Coasters. Let's represent and bring your best, and not only bring your best, but be prepared. If you get picked and you get your passport stamped to Atlanta, you got to go. So
I'm really hoping we can find, like I said, between 4 and 8 guys. I know some of our Midwesterners are coming out to compete out there too.
You told me you were only going to steal 2, buddy. Now you're really stepping up your game.
Listen, I got to walk out of there with at least 2, but I'd like to see 4 to 8 if I can get them. Like I said, there's some Midwest guys coming out trying to get that.
Yeah.
Trying to get.
Hey, there's a lot. There's still a lot of cool stuff here, and there's a lot. I think that this will draw out a few that maybe wouldn't have come. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Like I said, we changed locations. We're in a different area. We're just going blind. Like it seems like we always are, but here we are again. So.
Right.
I'm sure you guys are going to do great.
Well, as marketers and the voice of the industry, we need to make sure we all do our part. Everybody that's watching now, including ourselves, Dan, me, Evan, to get the message out. And the best way to do that, guys, is probably share the social media for Star Stripes and White Lines. The website is a great website. There's all the information you could possibly need. Share this live stream, later after it's put up in the rack for everybody to go back and look at, and let everybody know, man, this is the big deal of 2025. You really want to get out there and support this and get your people listening and interested, and hopefully we can make this thing just be a volcano down
and
in
if you don't want to rub until you get arthritis, you could just come to the rodeo and have a blast.
We got 2 options for you: come and ride the track, or go and do the rodeo. One or the
other.
Hey,
ride our track too. It's not Atlanta Motor Speedway, but everybody was taking victory laps at our track.
Hey, we got a half-mile legit track, brother.
We do.
Were you running 126 miles an hour with a trailer?
We can't say.
That's not
we can't
legal,
say.
my friend. You can't do that.
We can't say.
Yeah, we were only doing 80. I'm sorry.
80.
Plausible
80.
denial. All the way. Plausible denial. We can't admit.
I said they signed the waiver. Who cares, really?
Hey, awesome. November's a ways off, but you know what? We want to get everybody where they're supposed to be. How's that? That makes the most sense, right? And if you're supposed to be in Atlanta, you need to go. If you're supposed to be with us in Bakersfield doing truck rodeo, then you need to be hanging out there and having a good time there. So we'll figure it out.
I'm not lording it over anybody. If we want to get some people to Evan's place to go and represent, just like I wanted at Matt's. I wanted a California contingency. It kind of fell apart, but maybe next year, because I think it would just be so much. I mean, it'd be fun for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking of myself, but I think it would be really fun to have big contingency. Tell you,
the 10-4 family has been good to me, and we haven't fully talked about next year, but I would like to keep California on our list again next year, because I truly believe the West Coast should be represented. Every time I've been out to 10-4 for Truckin For Kids, I have always been blown away by the quality of trucks, and everybody, even though it's kind of a hangout show, everybody still cleans like they're going to Louisville. And that's what we're looking for when we go to Atlanta. Is I'm looking for guys that are willing to clean, represent themselves, and represent the industry, because we also have Jeeps, motorcycles, classic cars, lifted trucks, all kinds of stuff that shows up at the show. And I want to get, my main goal with most shows I do is I want to get 4-wheelers and 18-wheelers interacting with each other, so that we can start getting rid of that stigma of, oh, it's a stupid truck driver, right? Because they aren't. I get to see.
What do you mean it's a stupid 4-wheeler, dude? What are you talking about?
Exactly. We hear the opposite. But when you get everybody together and people can start understanding that truckers need those gaps, and that truckers aren't the guys that are just chugging bottles in the middle of parking lots, and there's a lot of good guys out there. I like getting that interaction between the two.
Well, and listen, I mean, truth be told, I don't know a trucker that doesn't have a 4-wheeler. It's just that we have a little bit of an issue when it comes to the ones that are driving around us acting dumb, and that's always been our, our rub. We can all get along. Let's all be Americans. Let's all share the road. But stay in your lane when you need to, and do what you got to do. I think Truckin For Kids has organically brought some things together over the years with the drag racing and having 4-wheelers and 10-wheeler, tractors out there running. And that's a great show. What an awesome time. And this year we got a 1/4-mile track to blow up. So look out.
Yep. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be fun. So, Evan, what was, just because you got you on here, what was Matt's looking like for you this year? I know we've all said we put it in the rear view, but I'd like to hear your take and share it with our viewers.
It was nice to see some warm weather once. It's been probably 10 years since I've seen warm weather at Louisville. It was nice. I caught a sunburn. I'm starting to fill in my tan. You can't tell from all the extra white lights in my shop.
You're getting that nice northern pale look back on you.
I was pretty pasty after this winter. This winter was pretty long. But we had another great year. We matched our sales from last year. We had a couple of best of shows again. It was another great year for us. There was a couple decisions that I was kind of surprised by. But at the end of the day, I'm surprised every year by a few of the decisions. But the show overall was impressive. Saturday, I went inside I had to meet with Linss for something. I was down at the far end, and your guys' booth was all the way at the very other opposite end. And I had to get through from one end to the other. I wanted to get down to you guys quickly and get back out to my booth to take some pictures with the guys that had won trophies. And I couldn't get from one end to the other. There was so many people inside with that west wing closed and everybody shoved into that north and south hall.
Yeah.
Luckily, a lot of the same security guards had been there for years. I saw one of the security guys I know at the end, and I'm like, hey, can I go out, run through the grass and catch the next door up? He goes, yep, Billy's at the next door up. He's like, just knock on it. I'll radio to Billy that you're coming up and let you in at the next door up. I love those guys. They've been good to me. And we got all the way up there, and Billy luckily let me in the next door up, and I get all the way over there, and you guys were gone. So I sent Dan the picture. I ended up taking.
Well, not everybody. You got see some of the fine ladies.
I took my yearly selfie with the ladies. So they told me to rub it in extra that we got to take the picture with just them this year and not with all the boys. But it was a good year. We had a lot of fun. My booth outside, everybody in my booth this year absolutely killed it. We brought a bunch of extra apparel. We bought some of the national championship apparel from Atlanta along, and I can't believe the response. I know we sell primarily detailing products, and we do very well before the show starts with a lot of the people in the lot buying a lot of our product. But once the show starts, I cannot believe how much apparel we sell for just a company that doesn't primarily source apparel.
Swag, baby. Everybody wants swag. It's just, that's where it's all gone. Doesn't matter almost even what you do. It's like, oh, you got shirts, hats, tops, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, I'll take one, that, and that. It's like,
I would like to recognize Evan as well for being one of the donators for our bonus buckets. So, this fine gentleman has done it every year. We've had Truckin For Kids since we've been doing it now. And this is our fourth one. And he sends a pallet of full-size bottles of polish. And so every time anybody, the first 200 that register, they're going to get a bucket. They're going to get a full-size bottle of Time2Shine aluminum polish in there, like they have in past years. So, if your bottle's empty, get registered, get your bucket. You're going to get a fresh one. So, along with a bunch of other stuff. But, we can't thank Evan enough. It's a huge expense. 200 full-size bottles, shipping a pallet to California. I know the hoops you got to jump through. And
the tariffs. Don't forget the tariffs.
Oh, yeah, the tariffs. Yeah, that's right.
I don't have to worry about any of that. It all is right here in the U.S.
A tariff now, a pallet tariff or something. That pallet's from China.
Until California annexes into Canada, there's no tariffs for us at all. We're all in the U.S.
Well, thank you. Thank you for doing what you do. I really appreciate it. And we're super excited about you coming out and just getting to hang out. I mean, I hope I have time to hang out with you. I'm usually a little busy, but if things go smooth, we'll do some hanging out.
I'm hoping so too, because John and I were talking about it yesterday a little bit. I think John and I talked for probably an hour and 15 minutes yesterday. It's probably the longest him and I have talked in all the years we've done it.
In all the years we've known each other, it was all there, buddy.
I said the last couple of years you've invited me to 10 for dinner at Louisville, but my crew and I were there at 4 a.m. We're there till midnight. We don't get good time at Louisville to actually enjoy anything. Everybody invites us to dinner, and I always feel bad every year because I'm like, I know we're going to be up at 4 a.m. wiping trucks down, even though judging's over, I'm still going to wipe them all down because, as we've said in past years, on Friday mornings, a lot of times I'll catch Dan or Gear Jammer or Steve over at Large Car, catch everybody out there shooting photos, and when they're doing that, I don't want my truckers looking dirty, so I'm out there wiping them all down so that you guys get good pictures. But
Thank you.
I want to make sure you guys are getting good shots.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, no matter how you slice it. I mean, John is an integral part of our crew, and I don't see him all day. I see him at night, and and I'm looking at him through the bottom of a tequila glass most of the time.
Exactly.
So,
I'm like trying to decompress and go, holy crap, man, I got to do this tomorrow again.
I mean, he missed a couple of our dinners because he had to be out. We have to be out to the light show Wednesday. We have to be out there Thursday. I mean, so, we enjoy ourselves and it's fun, but people think it's just all fun and games, and it's not. It's a lot of work.
It's no joke, man.
And when you have a big group of people to manage, like I do and like you do, I mean, it's you're taking care of your people, and it's yeah, you get invited to dinner, but you're like, can I bring 12 people along? Probably not. So I will say one thing with TFK that I'm just going to add in while I'm thinking about it. We're actually going to have golf carts available for rent. So if people want to come out, and whether they have a golf cart or don't, if they don't want to bring theirs, they can rent one on site. I don't know what the costs are going to be. They haven't quite figured all that out yet, but the track is putting that together. So there will be some golf carts out there for y'all to rent. So just something to keep in mind.
I was going to tell you, Dan, if you need anything from me while I'm there, I am more than willing to put in an extra hand and help out, because this is going to be a pretty relaxed show for me. I just get to go and talk to people and try to find a few guys that are going to want to come to Atlanta, and it's going to be.
You'll have to jump in the golf cart with me, and I'll give my recommendations.
Perfect. That sounds good to me.
Did everybody hear that? This is the guy to bribe now.
Bribe Dan. You got a better chance with him than you do with me.
And bribing could be considered being a sponsor for the show, being a vendor for the show. I mean, there's some bribery to be had with those kinds of actions from everybody. So, Evan, are you bringing swag out with you for Truckin For Kids, or what are you coming with? What are you bringing?
I'm flying with a backpack. I was planning on bringing you guys some Star Stripes and White Lines apparel.
3X right here, buddy. I need a 3X. I got to wear that shirt during the show down there, man. I'm
gonna bring you guys some one-off stuff. I do have some 10-4 logos, so I will or will not say there might be a cool picture of Dan on a shirt.
Oh boy.
Probably won't. I won't do that.
This beautiful face. I don't know.
But no, I do plan to bring some shirts for everybody. You guys have always been good to me. I talked to Shannon when I was by the booth. I said, listen, let me pay this year, because I know Dan doesn't ever let me pay for a shirt. She goes, Evan, if I let you pay for a shirt, Dan will never let me hear the end of it. So I am going to return the favor by bringing you guys some Time2Shine apparel this year.
Apparently, Dan thinks you should be parking trucks.
Yeah, apparently you can't buy a shirt, but you can park trucks.
Listen, I'll gladly do whatever you guys need help with. I'll be there Friday, and I'm driving over. I'm going to be there all day till Sunday night, and then I go back to Fresno Sunday night, and then Monday morning, well, I shouldn't say that, Monday about noon my flight finally takes off. So
all right,
well, we'll have to see what happens and how it all unfolds. It's going to be kind of right now there's no crystal ball giving a clear picture to any of it. So we had a great time.
You have a room at the host hotel, right? That
Yeah.
Hyatt?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I got the one that you recommended.
And you told them you're with TFK?
Yep. Sure did.
All right.
We had a good time with the rodeo at a couple of nights after the show. It'd be fun to go back to that same Mexican restaurant that we all went to, if that's even in the cards. But who knows? Maybe we find another place and a new one to go hang out if we can get that kind of an opportunity. But what's the best way people can support you, Evan, with Time to Shine, Babes and Big Rigs? All the different brands you got kind of dangling around you, man. What do you want to do? Send people where you want to see them.
Our apparel and our detailing products is GoShineOn.com. It's GoShineOn.com. Our charity side of our business is Babes and Big Rigs. It's Babes, the word and spelt out, BigRigs.com. We sell apparel and stuff. All of our proceeds from that, all of our profits and proceeds go to local wounded veterans. We have officially gotten over 120 families in our local area back on their feet, and we're now reaching out into surrounding counties on that side. So we're growing this to hopefully be statewide at some point. And the national championship show is Star Stripes and White Lines. So that's SSWLTruckShow.com. The SSWL stands for Star Stripes and White Lines, TruckShow.com. Like I said, in the Washington Park, I'm shooting for 300 trucks in the Washington Park, and we're going to have 48 invited trucks from some of the best of the best across the country. Like I said, hopefully we can pull 4 out of California, but if we get up to 8, we can pull up to 8 out of that show.
Okay. I think that it goes without saying, and this is all too often the case. It does go without saying, but sometimes it needs to be said. And you touched on a couple of points, things that go on behind the scenes. Let's just say there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that you don't see, but you see the fruits of the labor that was going on behind the scenes. Whether it's, Evan and his team out there wiping down trucks before the sun comes up and a new day on the show lot, or all the work that goes into putting together Truckin For Kids or Stars and Stripes and White Lines. The stuff that goes on behind the scenes, you guys will never have any idea unless you somehow become part of it. And then you can witness what it takes to put a truck show on. And if it was easy, everybody could do it. And I can say that there are levels of greater success than others, and it has to do with the work that goes behind them. So both of you guys do a great job, and everybody on your teams bringing what's happening forward. I think Stars and Stripes and White Lines, this is no joke, guys. I love the effect. National show. To me, those are big words, and it's a big deal. So I hope everybody really embraces this and we see what happens.
Casey Connery and I have talked about this a number of times. The whole reason Casey and I are friends is because of what used to be Dallas, the national championship. And honestly, one of the main reasons I knew who Eric was between Louisville and Dallas. Those 2 shows, he kind of took me under his wing and pointed things out. And the whole reason I developed my passion for photography was because of Dan and Eric. And Eric just kind of took me under his wing for it. So I've kind of had that affinity with you guys for years. And it's pretty cool to see where our friendship has grown into. But Casey Connery and I have talked about this a number of times, that now that the national championship was gone and Dallas died with COVID, what was left? Louisville was the only big competition where you could go and get judged and actually compete for anything. And last year he got invited to the national championship in Atlanta, and everybody, when they left, those manila envelopes they had all the rest of the competitors sign them so that they could all remember that they were there. And that camaraderie and that friendship was what we had all missed with Dallas being gone. What was the hotel we all sat in? The Omni? I think it was the Omni, right?
And we all sat in the new one. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Everybody would send somebody up 30 30 floors to throw pennies to see if you could get them into that fountain, and it wasn't possible because the wind would pick them up and it was impossible, right? But we all sat in there and we all just made friends with truckers that we probably would have never come into contact with had it not been for the national championship, or vendors that we had not met if it wasn't for the national championship getting together. And that camaraderie is what it's all about.
I agree. I second that. Dan, you've been at it longer than either of us, and going back, I remember 2017 in Dallas and being there with you and Big E. But your take on it, man. I mean, the shows have come and gone, but Dallas that hurt when that went away, right?
Dallas was always, God, August in Dallas, what were they thinking? But,
Oh, yeah.
Other than that,
okay. Aside from that,
one time I left the solo cup in my cup holder in the car. And when we came out that night, it was literally crumpled and melted in the cup holder. I was like, wow.
Been there.
Dallas was always a great show, though, because it was sort of like Matt's Light. Matt's is so big, you almost can't do business anymore. It's just too much going on. You try to talk to somebody, they're distracted 100 times over. Dallas was, like Matt's, but it wasn't like that. It was slower, it was smaller, it was calmer. You could talk to people, you could actually do business. We always had a really good time at Dallas, and a little bit less pace, like you said, it's hard to even get through Matt's, and Dallas didn't quite have that. You could go through the show in a day and talk to people and make plans for the night, and go get a good steak at the steak place at the Omni. And so I do miss, it's always sad when a show ends, and that was a good one. That was a fun one, so I miss that one. But there's a lot of shows. I'm sure 10 picked up the place of that one going away.
At least 10.
So
yeah. Well, there's a lot going on in the show world that everybody's latched onto an opportunity to help themselves out, their charity, their community, their whatever they might be doing.
I'd like to acknowledge Shriners and Julie. I see Julie Robertson here. She's one of our peeps from Shriners, and they've been a great partner since we partnered with them. Every year they step up their involvement a little bit more, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do this year as well. And it's just a blessing to be able to raise money for that organization. It's just first class, amazing, awesome. I think what you do is awesome, Evan, too, where you touch people directly. But just having that influence and seeing the great things that they do it's really cool to be a part of it.
I want to shout out just for a second to our buddy Brandon Chase. Hey, Brandon, just to let you know, buddy, your comments are visible to everybody. Everybody.
Hi, Brandon. Hey, Brandon.
Show, there you go. Evan, you got to give a shout out to Brandon.
What's going on, Brandon?
There you go, buddy. And we'll be seeing Brandon at Truckin For Kids. He's kind of like one of our Truckin For Kids ambassador guys or something. I don't quite know yet what we officially got to call Brandon, but he's definitely a big part of Truckin For Kids and the 10-4 Trucker Rodeo. So anyway, but Brandon, yeah, your comments are visible, buddy.
What were you going to say, Evan?
I always said it's cool to see. I know there's a truck show every weekend somewhere, but it's really cool to see the trucking community give back to all of these organizations that mean something to them, right? I think it's awesome. I think I run 7 truck shows now, help between parking and orchestrating and all that stuff. And it's really cool to see on the back end everybody giving back to something that matters, especially the ones that are in their own community that are making a difference in their own community to help make their personal community better. And I always said, when you get to this position in your life, if you're not giving back, when you have more than you need and you're not giving back, you're missing out. Because I can tell you, when you're helping somebody and you watch their life change, it changes you. It's a completely different feeling. It's hard to explain.
I don't even think you need to have more than you need. If you've been blessed with the opportunity and the platform to do this and to help other people, it's what God would want us to do. So that's what we do.
I agree.
No, you guys are hitting it. Community involvement, and for us, and in my world, it certainly has changed. Moving out of Folsom, California, where I was for so many years, very involved in the community there. I was starting to kind of leave that behind a little bit because I was so much more involved in the 10-4 community and the trucking community as a whole. It just took me in a much different direction. So I was actually losing a little bit of a connection there, but gaining another one. And this last, Louisville made a whole new connection with some really, really fine people in the back of Brandon Carpenter's old iron bar car and bar trailer. I mean, Long Haul Paul and all of his people and everybody. I mean, what that was a thrill to me. I had a lot of fun, and I hope everybody takes a minute to check out Long Haul Paul and eventually the album that will be released from that session that night. It was fun. We had a good time. So
Paul's always a riot.
Oh man. I'm telling you, it took me back to a whole nother time and a whole nother world that night. And it was a lot of fun. Had a great evening. Love that music and the whole attitude and persona that comes with it. It's just, just a different group of folks, man. Trust me, if you've not ever been there, you don't know until you do. So if you know, you know. But I thank those guys a lot for inviting me. I think that we've got a lot of great things coming up here in the near future. I think everybody just, like we can help out, focus, share the word, share the information, share what's going on coming up, not only for Truckin For Kids immediately, which we really want everybody to take on, but certainly extended past that for Stars and Stripes and White Lines and the national show competition that this represents. Again, I can't stress enough, guys, this is legit. This is the real deal. This is our version of insert, any other competition where you reach the peak of it. This is where that's at. And Matt's does what it does. This is going to do what it does. And it's going to bring, I think, a really big needed void filled. It did it last year. It's going to do it again. But we'll be doing laps over in Bakersfield and thinking that while you're doing laps in Atlanta, okay?
If you can't make the national championship, you might as well go to the rodeo.
That's right. That's right. There's a place for everybody, man. Absolutely.
Who needs trophies? You want a buckle?
I love the buckles.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
You're not going to want to miss the trophies this year. I'll promise you. I really want to move it. I want to move it next year. I want to plan with you so that we can have ours on opposite weekends, because I'd like to come out to your rodeo and I'd like to have you guys out at the national championship. I think you guys would find it very reminiscent of the days of Dallas, how simple it is, how much fun it is. And I don't know what it is, but putting trucks on the track at full speed, watching guys smiling, laughing like they're a bunch of schoolgirl kids again. It's unbelievable to watch, and the feeling is just even more crazy.
I bet.
You know what? We were fortunate to experience some of that on our level in Bakersfield this last year. We had no idea it was coming. It just happened. The first one went up, and then the next one, and the next one, and then it just became part of the deal.
That's awesome.
Guys were up there doing laps, and it was fun to see. And that show just kind of organically had some really cool things take part or take place and become part of the show. It was something else.
I feel like when you got good people at the helm, cool things are going to happen.
Yeah. Well, all around good folks. I mean, 200 trucks for a first show is nothing to sneeze at. And the quality of those guys was pretty amazing. Not just the trucks, but the people, especially. It really was. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Well, Evan, if you got anything else you want to share before we close you out, man, let it out now.
Do not miss Truckin For Kids. It is your California's only shot to get qualified for the national championship. You do not want to miss it. So like I said, between 4 and 8 trucks at the most, but 4 is our goal. So let's, if you want to come out to Atlanta, make sure you come find Dan or come find myself or John. I'll even let John get in on it. Come find either one of us. Let us know that you're interested. And before the show is over, we'll be handing out between 4 and 8 passports total to get to Atlanta Motor Speedway. But if you get that passport, you have to come.
There you go. Yeah, it's not a hey, here, think about it. It's a no, you're coming.
You got to get registered to get that passport.
Yeah. Speaking of registered, get registered for Truckin For Kids, right, Dan?
Please, 100%. Get on it, folks.
Yeah, get registered, guys. Everybody, if you're coming out, you need to get registered. Don't wait till the last minute. I mean, if you know you're coming out now, go ahead and get registered now, and that way it helps us in our process to get things moving faster and better. And just yeah, we appreciate you guys doing that.
And
hey, Dan, are we doing anything on at this one? Has this even come up as far as our charity, meal thing like we used to do? Is that anywhere on the radar yet?
no.
Well,
No. First of all,
hey, so listen, what if there's some guys out there that want to do it?
here, my cat here.
Dan, what if some of the guys?
I don't think that they would be able to, because we're not in charge of concessions. The track is, so we'd have to make some kind of a special arrangement with the track. They haven't really wanted to do that in the past. I would love to do it, or have one of my, smoking partner team friends do it. I mean, we had a great time doing it at TFK before we were running the show. And, but it is so much work. I think it's more work to have a barbecue for 225 people, cooking everything on site, 4 sides, 2 meats, and serving it. It's about as much work as putting on a damn show. So
That's
to do both of them would be almost, I think I would die. I think I would just
well, don't do that.
maybe in future shows we can get back to possibly having something like that happen. And
I would love to have, I would love to have a cook-off at our show. I really would. So if we could ever, if we could ever get that, get 4, 5, 6 teams come out and do a rib cook-off or something, and sell wristbands, and people could eat, and I don't know, maybe we could put see. There you go.
If you need judges for that, I'm in.
Yeah, no shortage of help there.
Right. I mean, that's one of my favorite things about Wheel Jam is, the South Dakota State Fair always happens at the same time, and we go spend $20, get a wristband, you get 2 or 3 free beers, and then you get to go be a People's Choice judge, which I never vote on it. I just want to try everybody's food to see how it compares to mine, good or bad or worse or better. And I mean, it was a lot of fun. But
yeah, Dan, I think you're onto it, man. I think a cook-off at Truckin For Kids needs to happen, man. That or rodeo. I mean, somewhere in our world, right?
Well, we'll work on that. We'll work on that. I will say, also this year, if people aren't aware, normally we don't let trucks come in on Friday or vendors come and set up. And this year we have that opportunity. So, our gate's going to be open from 12 noon to 6. So if trucks want to come in, get parked, it's going to be a lot. That will make the rest of the weekend a lot easier if people come in early and get set up, and vendors come in and get set up. And because we're basically not allowing trucks to park on Sunday, which will be a first. So we're hoping everyone comes in Friday and Saturday morning, and we're done with it. Our gate closes at 3 on Saturday, and we want to be registration closed at 3:30, done, and have everybody set and parked. We also have a trailer drop lot right there on location, which we haven't had in the past. So if people want to come out and they don't feel like cleaning their whole dang trailer, or they just got a company trailer they're pulling or something, they can go over there and drop it for free right there on the other side of the track. And so that'll hopefully make people's job.
And don't forget, Saturday night, light the lot, man. That's gonna be a fun show for everybody to be a part of. And so that means get in there, get parked,
remember,
get done.
The loudest light show in trucking.
Yeah, right. Pretty much. We got, the usual suspects: train horns, truck horns, Jake brakes. But here's where it goes beyond, and that's, we got mariachis usually, man.
I mean, I don't know if we're gonna have them. I don't know if we're gonna have them in Bakersfield, but I think we will. In LA.
Yeah, we did in LA, and it wasn't just like one group. I mean, these guys were like everywhere, and no, it's the Wild West for sure. All right. Well, listen, Evan, thanks for taking the time out this evening. I know it's later there for you, and you got family and probably maybe even work to do still. Hopefully not, but appreciate the time and sharing all the insight and information. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So what are you shooting, man? What's going on?
So the craziest thing today, I have never in my life seen a white-headed robin. I'm a bird guy. I love birds. And I had a white-headed robin in my backyard. I've never seen one before. Like, I've heard of them, but I've never seen one. And right before we were getting ready to start the show, it landed just outside my window of my office here. I've got a huge bay window just behind my computer here. And I was looking out. I'm like, oh my God, when you put me in the green room, I'm like, I got to grab my camera and shoot some photos of this thing, because I posted it on Facebook from my cell phone earlier. I got not a great photo from my phone, but I was like, there is no way anybody's going to believe me that there's a white-headed robin at my house. So I grabbed my lens out. I need to buy a new lens. This 70 to 200 does not cut it for what I need sometimes. So I got the photo of it literally 5 seconds before you put me on live. So now I got to edit the photo so that I can post it up.
I was gonna make comment of your white lens there.
Yeah, it's an L glass 70 to 200.
2.8.
2.8. Yep.
That's the bomb, bud. So you want to step up? You better really pull out the checkbook.
Listen, my next one I think is the 200 to 600 f4. Or 200 to 800 f4. I don't know. I have it saved in my my cart at Canon, and we've got a bunch of bald eagles over here. Like, they're breeding here now, so I really want to get some close-ups of some bald eagles. I love bald eagles, but
very cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we got some folks dropping out. I want to say thanks to everybody that tuned in today and watched the show. Sharon, thanks for always being there. You're great. Love having you on the show. Brandon, you will see us all at Truckin For Kids. Dennis and Aunt Barb, love you guys and hope you guys are comfortable and doing okay. We missed you in Louisville. I can say by a lot of us missed you there. So T-Dub, good to see you. Good to have you on the show. Evan, thanks. Appreciate you as always, and everything you do, man. Everything you do makes us look good, and we appreciate that.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Dan, you're the man. Any closing words?
Register.
Register.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get registered, and let's make this thing happen and make it the biggest and best TFK we've ever had. Just blow us off. Blow us up.
Yeah. No, and I'm going to pound that drum too, man. I just love the fact that we're going to Famoso, and it's we're going back again for the first time. Now I'm going to stick with that one. I like it, but it is to me something special. This place is special. It is. There's a lot of cool history to this location, and now Truckin For Kids is going to add its DNA to this place and make it something that we all can be happy with and be proud to be a part of and look forward to every year. So
absolutely
can't wait for it to happen. So get registered, get signed up, everybody. I'm gonna
register, get your hotel rooms. Make sure you tell them you're with TFK to get the special rate.
Yep.
And let's make this happen.
Yep. There you go. All right, y'all. Take care. I'm gonna close the show out. We got our current cover trucks right there, front view, rear view on the overlay. Evan, we will talk soon. Take care, my friend.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Evan.
Dan the man, we'll talk soon. You know what, man? You look good, buddy. You look good. You got your TFK shirt on. The spring vibe is happening down there, and I like it. I like it a lot.
All right.
And I hope you're feeling better too, man.
Yeah, I wanted to apologize for not being able to be on last week. I was just, I was a mess after Matt's. So I'm still kind of in recovery mode. I don't know. Maybe it's like a long COVID kind of thing. Energy is.
I hope not for your sake. You don't have any of that. That's the worst.
I don't know. I did not test. So whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel a lot better.
Good. All right. Well, listen, I've got a special piece of video that I found. I've been doing some cleanup on my computer, trying to get rid of just stuff that didn't even know was there. And I found a video from 2017. and it was that was the first year I had been to Matt's with the Team 10-4. And in that video is a little ceremony of 10-4 bucks.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see if we can't dig that up and share it tomorrow. I'll tell you, when you see everybody that's in that particular ceremony, there's some people that aren't with us, of course, Big E, but there's some other ones in there too that are gone, and it's amazing to see that. And I'll share it. Hopefully, we'll bring it out tomorrow. Hope to be on about 3:00 tomorrow for Throwback Big Rig Thursday. Where are they now? What's going on with them? And whatever happened to them, you call it as you like. But we're having fun with that show, so we'll look forward to doing that tomorrow. Till then, everybody, take care, keep the shiny side up, and we will see you manana. Get registered for Truckin For Kids.
Thank you all.
Adios. Adios.